Record. Okay, so I just started the recording of the Recreation Committee meeting, started at 4 p.m. The members who are here are myself, Barbara Bigelow, one of the co-chairs, Christine Marglin and BZ Riley. And we have as guests, Steve Rice and Howell, I'm about to block on your Lee, Howell Lee. We do not have a quorum. The first budget, I'm actually going to start with the agenda item that's right before the pickleball court to give time for other members to come, because if we take a vote on the pickleball courts, I really want to make sure we have, here's Sam, we're all set, super. Okay. Hi, Sam. Well, I'm going to start with the townwide birthday party anyway, because it is first on the official agenda. It's also very short. You know, I understand from our last meeting that we are with $100, which is fantastic. They asked, I got an email from somebody asking if I would be willing, hello. Hi. If I would be willing to, or someone from the committee will not be willing, if we would like a table for the recreation committee. And I said, yes. So I'm going to go and I'm going to sit at the table, and I would love to have a nice printed logo. I'm sure I must have the file for the logo someplace on my computer, but Sam, I'm always putting things somewhere on my computer, not knowing where. So if you wouldn't mind sending me the logo, I'll print it out so I can put it on the table. And my basic idea is for anybody who wants to talk about the recreation committee is to tell them about what we're doing. Certainly for people with young kids, I'm guessing everybody by this time has heard about the soccer. So, but you know, be able to talk a little bit about that. And then I thought it might be nice to just ask people if there are particular kind of programmings that they might like, not just outdoor ones, but indoor ones as well, because we haven't really done that. So if there are other suggestions that people have about what I might go prepared to either say to people who express an interest or ask, would love to have the feedback either now or send me an email.
So can you just back up 1 second? Where's this table going to be?
This is the townwide birthday party, which is on Sunday. I have to look at mine.
Oh, okay, because there are two, it's confusing because there are two townwide celebrations. There's one next weekend and one the following weekend.
Yeah, we'll talk about one next weekend in a little bit, but you're right.
Oh, okay.
To be celebrated left and right here. I don't know what to say.
Why one event and not both? Why be at only one?
Because they don't have a table for me at the other one. They're not, the focus, one of the things they want to do is have tables available at the townwide birthday party for committees. I mean, if somebody would like to go to the other one and with a table or whatever and set up, that's great.
Yeah, I can go to the one October 6th, so I'm out on that one. I'm going to be in Vermont, but the one next weekend, I think Sam and I are we're doing a kid activity there. I don't know, maybe we should just bring something that says.
I was going to bring the soccer stuff.
Oh, good. Okay.
That's what we talked about last time.
Before we get to that, because we have guests and I'd love to make sure they have plenty of time. So I had actually had September 28th, Good Neighbor Day comes after the pickleball, after the soccer, but soccer and that will probably be overlapping. Is that okay? All right.
Yeah, so, I'm confused. There are these two events and it seems sort of crazy. We're doing two different things.
Right.
Back to back, and what's happening at each one, I'm a little confused.
Well, we aren't sponsoring these. We're not running these things at all. So
right. I realize that. All I'm saying,
so what we just live with it.
Okay. We can't complain about it. We just have to live with it.
Yeah, no, we can complain, but we have to. I mean, complaining is always good. But there is a celebratory. There's something celebratory in the air. Let's put it that way.
All right.
Go into these next few weeks. So I to start off the pickleball conversation, I just want to say how really pleased I was to get the email. You know, I think you both know, and Jeannie, welcome as well. I think you know that I was involved in helping Brian get it set up in the elementary school gym. For a number of reasons, I have not continued to play, but we had started talking at that point about trying to get some kind of outdoor court. So when I got the email and heard that you all are out there and interested in doing this, I was thrilled. So having said that, I sent the email around to everybody, but Steve and/or Howell, it just please, and Jeannie, please, say, give us a little bit more detail about what it is that you're planning to do, and give us an opportunity to talk about what you would like us to do.
Okay. I prepared a document. I sent it to you earlier today, Barbara, but I don't know if you had a chance to get it.
I haven't seen it, no.
Could I share my screen?
Yes, please.
How do I do that?
Do I have to do something to let somebody
Yes,
else?
you have to let him be host.
Oh, okay,
Or a co-host or something?
okay.
I'm sorry, for the minutes which I'm taking, could I have the name of the person who's in the rectangle with Howell?
That's
Sorry.
Jeannie.
sorry.
Jeannie Wu.
Jeannie, I'm sorry, I just need the whole name for a second. Jeannie, last name?
Wu, W-U.
Okay, great. Thank you. I just have to write it all down.
Okay, I went to participants, but I didn't see how to, wait, oh, here, can I turn somebody else into a host?
You should be
I'm
able
not
to make
seeing-
a co-host too.
Yeah, I just don't know how to do it. So I'm looking at participants and it says host. If I
There's
click
three,
on,
there should be some dots beside those. I don't have dots beside mine, but you should have
oh, I
dots.
see the little dots.
More,
Okay,
where it says more.
well, but dots where? After where it says host or after your name?
Yeah, after your name.
Okay, after my name, the little dots, okay, hold on. One says pin, one says spotlight for everyone, and one says rename. Should I rename?
No,
Oh, no. Okay, no, that's something different.
what?
So that's not showing me how
When
to
you
do.
highlight your name, does it not come up with a little thing that says more?
Oh, so I'm not seeing it saying more, so.
Click on
I'm seeing-
participants down below.
Okay,
and
down,
bring up all
down
the
to here.
bring
Oh,
it-
that, those little dots,
Share
okay.
screen?
Ask
Yeah.
all to mute, allow participants. Allow participants to rename themselves, play sound when someone joins or leaves, enable waiting room, high profile pictures, and lock meeting. Did something just happen?
somebody-
I'm sharing the document that I think Steve
Oh,
wants
good.
to show.
Oh, good, you're able to share it, great.
Oh, well, awesome. Okay, so I would like to thank Hal and Jeannie for doing a lot of research and kicking this off, because it's really a great idea. And I just threw this document together last night. It's just some basic facts about pickleball if you don't know the sport and how you do as you were playing. It happens to be the fastest growing sport in the US. And it's appropriate game for all players because it's combines sort of the elements of badminton, ping pong, and tennis, and it's played on a smaller court, and it's played on like a wiffle type ball, and last year, for example, there was 38 million people that played the game, and it also appeals to all ages, and you can see that the fastest growing group is 18 to 34, which is a target group for, I think, Shutesbury to get more youth involved. Right now, we have a lot of seniors playing. You can see from Howell's chart that he prepared on the number of pickleball players that played each time we took a record of it anyway. And it averages out about 8, which is pretty good. That's a good number for the single court that we have at the elementary school. And so we were hoping that we could get an outdoor court so that would extend the playing time beyond the school year. So it's a small court. Like I said before, it's 20 feet wide by 44 feet long. We would like to apply for CPA funds to determine either the feasibility of building a court in Shutesbury and or to construct such a court at a site to be determined. And I was just looking at town sites that I found in the open space plan for Shutesbury, was that there's the school has an athletic field, and there's a spot behind the fire station and behind the town hall. And I don't know, I haven't seen a site plan on the new library site, but there could possibly be a site there as well.
No, there wouldn't be a site there. That's not possible because of the all the wetlands and restrictions.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That could be difficult there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to give up our community gardens there. So we have CPC that never can be used because we can't put them anywhere to put the gardens.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Anyway, the first step in applying for funding from the CPC is to submit a determination of eligibility. And that deadline is December 5th. So we have plenty of time. And there's a couple meetings of the CPC that will occur where we have an opportunity to ask questions and get feedback from the committee on our application. And then if that is determined that it is an eligible project, then we would have to submit a grant application by February 5th. And
So
it's
you're talking about the feasibility study, correct?
well, I don't know. I don't know what to actually submit the proposal for. We would like to do everything, but it might need to do a feasibility study first to sort of identify what the sites would be, how much it would cost to build a site there, and get what do you call it, feedback from all the players and determining where the location would be.
Yeah, I'm on the Community Preservation Committee, and I would highly suggest that you do a feasibility study first, because otherwise it would be way too large of a scope to not know what your costs were and what your location is.
Mm-hmm. We have Hal has done a review of prior grants, CPC grants of various towns, all in the area, and there are some that have done it both ways. So I just threw that out there, just trying to figure out what might be the best approach. Now, clearly, this project is within the eligibility for a grant, because if you look at the plan goals, is to create, rehabilitate, or restore recreation infrastructure to provide opportunities for youth and adults. So that's clearly what an outdoor pickleball court would do. We think the estimated cost to build a court is about $45,000 plus or minus. And the pickleball group requests the support and or sponsorship by the Recreation Committee. Are there any questions?
Can you describe what you mean by support and by sponsorship?
Well, I think on the determination of eligibility, it asks for who is the sponsoring organization, or what is the organization. So it'd be nice to put Recreation Committee.
Okay.
It seems appropriate.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
So one of us would probably be contact person, either Hal or myself or Jeannie or Brian.
Back when Brian and I were talking about this and looking at the possibility of moving forward, I did some research, and I don't know where it is, but it's easily replicated, about setting up sound barriers, because that's a huge part of figuring out a feasible site because of the noise that pickleball makes. And there are a lot of different ways, both building walls up around pickleball courts siting them so that they aren't too close to houses, or putting up like hedge barriers. And I just wondered whether or not, just out of curiosity, whether that's in the $45,000 or whether that would be in addition to it. Was that something you talked at all about?
We haven't talked about that, and I
Yeah.
don't think that's in that figure.
Probably
Okay.
not.
Yeah, probably
Not a
not. I
big
mean,
deal at this point. Yeah, not a
Beg your
big deal at this point, but I said possibly not a big deal at this point, but it will be a big deal.
Yeah,
Because-
I would think that all the places that you have designated there, I think if you talk to the neighbors, you would get a lot of resistance if you don't have sound barriers in there, because I know just from the library building committee, we're getting a lot of feedback about the noise that on the construction there. And so I think people are very sensitive to noise issues in town, and I would strongly encourage you to include that right away in the beginning of the feasibility study.
that's a good idea. As we scope, if we get some money to actually do the study, we would be able to put that in the as one of the questions and what we would need to determine.
Mhm.
I don't know if we would hire somebody to do the feasibility study, or we just do it ourselves. I don't know how that works. If anybody got any suggestions on how to do that kind of thing.
Have you talked to people in other towns who are doing the same thing?
Yeah, I've done a little bit of research, and I will talk to somebody in South Hadley.
Yeah,
Some of the other towns, when you look at the CPA database across the state, and particularly around here, they've hired a firm such as Berkshire Design. They seem to have done
yeah,
several pickleball projects.
yeah. I know somebody who's doing that. The Peter Wells is his name. He's a big pickleball player, and he started Berkshire Design, and he would be a good person to talk to because I know he's working on one in Hatfield, and Hatfield, yeah.
It
And
seems wise that you would do a feasibility study that would be, you would hire somebody to do it, because otherwise it's going to be a lot of work on your part to figure out who's doing what and how you would actually go about getting the property prepared and doing the correct siting and everything. So I would definitely encourage you to include a consultant.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what
Yeah, Hal had found that Northampton had did a CPC proposed grant for feasibility study, and I think their price tag was $13,000.
right. And it may have been maybe 2 years ago.
Couple years ago.
Right.
Now they have a bigger idea of what a pickleball court would look like. I think they were planning on 6 courts, and of course they actually have real parks and athletic fields there. So they had lots of sites to look at. So I guess we would have to talk to them, or maybe find somebody else to give us an estimate of what a feasibility study would cost in order to put that in the grant proposal.
Yeah, that's why I would encourage you to do it in a 2-phase process, because the feasibility study is going to take you long enough. You're not going to get money from the CPC until next July. And
Yeah.
so, doing a feasibility study over the fall, and then having if it works out, having a proposal for the actual courts in the next round of CPC money.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I would agree with Elaine, because I kept trying to think, how could you do both simultaneously? And because there's so many factors that have to be taken into account, just having that done, so that once it's done, location is set, then can just move ahead very smoothly with a proposal to actually build the courts.
Right, because you don't even have an idea totally of what it would cost to put it in here. So, yeah, that would be hard to put it all into one proposal.
Yeah. So, do other members have questions?
I think it's great. Go for it.
Yeah, so at this point, and Elaine and BZ and Christine and others will have a more knowledge about this than I, which is, if we were taking a vote today, what is the vote? That we support this?
Yes, that we would support it and put our, allow them to have our name on the application.
Okay, and that we would also write a letter of support for it, presumably.
Presumably, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, that's
Uh,
great.
does that sound like a good outcome from our committee for you at this point, Stephen, Howell, and Jeannie?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, very good.
All right, I'll make the motion.
Oh, good, okay.
I'll make a motion that we support community members going forward with a CPC fees grant funding of a feasibility study for pickleball courts.
Yeah, I second.
Yeah, second.
Okay, I'm trying to get it written down. I want to make sure. So support community members going forward with a feasibility study. So want to make sure we have the wording for a feasibility study
Funded by a CPC grant.
funded by a PCP, thank you, by a CPC grant to build a pickleball court.
Yes,
You might mention it's an outdoor court.
Oh, right, thank you, yes.
Yep.
Although if we could have a whole, like,
we could have an arena.
a great big thing, that would be
Yeah, with lights and,
A retractable roof.
yeah, that would be great.
I want an indoor pool. A whole athletic facility here. Wouldn't that be great?
I'm just gonna read this again, and I realize we just went through let's do it again.
Can't hear you, Barbara.
Barbara, we lost
We
your
can't
sound.
hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, now we can.
Oh, good, okay.
The
The recreation.
Nope, we can't hear you again.
Oh dear, I'll just have to look right at my thing. So the
Yeah.
Recreation Committee supports community members going forward with a feasibility study funded by a CPC grant to build an outdoor pickleball court.
Good.
Yep.
Good, thank you very much.
Wait a
thank
minute,
you.
we haven't voted yet. We haven't voted
Yes,
yet.
voted for it. So,
That's just the motion.
yeah, that's the motion. My words are failing me today. So we have to do the first, right, we have to vote.
Yeah, Barbara,
just
you're
vote
coming
on it?
in and out. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I'll do my best. How's
It's
that?
good now.
You're good there.
Okay, there, all right, I have problems with the speaker here. Okay, so all those in favor, please, just raise your hand. And, let's see, oh, Elaine's coming up, great. Be it noted that everybody raised their hand, it is unanimous. I'm really excited about this. I'm glad we can offer support, and we look forward to, when you come back for the next phase of this.
Who mentioned they know Peter well?
I know Peter.
Okay,
You, yeah, if you get in touch with the Berkshire Design Group,
okay,
ask for him because he's a big pickleball player and he's
yeah,
involved in all the pickleball projects around the valley.
yeah, I'm told that, even though he may be retired, he wants to stay involved in any pickleball project.
Yes, and he's doing them all over New England. He lives in Maine now, but
Oh, that's right,
but
yeah,
he has a condo in Northampton, so he
Okay.
comes to the valley a lot, but he's very involved and he's like rah pickleball. You could not find a more,
okay,
and he's also a landscape architect, so it helps.
yeah,
Got a
okay, I'll reach out to him,
definitely.
okay.
Thanks
Great.
again for doing
Thank you.
this. I
You.
really
Thank you,
long overdue. Thanks a lot.
Okay,
thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You're welcome. And you're certainly welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting. Cutting edge issues that we're going to be talking about. So soccer. Soccer
I'll
update.
sign out.
Sam,
Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
bye-bye. Nice to see you.
Yeah, soccer, we've gotten a lot of response. Basically every parent I talk to says they're coming. So so I think it's gonna be big, but I was gonna request that I only have I think we ordered 12 balls, and I was gonna request that we double it right away. I'm hesitant to do it because like we haven't even our first one's Sunday, but I'm feeling confident that we're gonna have a good turnout.
I have another ball I'm gonna drop off to you. Someday you'll find it in your
Perfect.
front yard.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah, great. I was gonna start, yeah, so me and Sean, kindergarten dad, we might split it. Like I'll take like the 3 to 5-year-olds and he'll take the 6 and up or something like that. And I bought clementines and cider today and we have balls and that's just the plan for now.
So
Um,
Sam, remind me, where are you doing this?
at the school.
At school. Okay.
Yep. At the school.
Great. I mean, I'm all for buying, sorry. I'm all for buying more balls. One, we certainly have plenty of money. We used some of the money last time to get the nets and balls and things. And if it turns out we have too many balls, we can always gift things to Stephen Kara.
Okay.
He's always appreciative of whatever, we bought him those stacking cones one year, but he's always appreciative. So I don't think there's such a thing as too many balls.
Okay.
What about soccer goals? Do you have soccer goals?
We have 4. And then there's 2 big ones at the school. So I
Good.
think that might be good for now. And then if it's not, it'll be too late by our next meeting for me to get more, but I'll maybe email you guys if I think, does that work for everybody? If I just,
Yeah, that's
okay. If we need,
So I guess we want to take a vote on the balls too. All those in favor of Sam buying, what, another dozen? But how many will you get?
another
Like
dozen, I think. Yeah.
another dozen balls, raise their hand. Okay. Yeah, for a second there, Sam, I didn't see your hand go up. And I'm like,
Can
that
we,
was a ringing endorsement. Okay, so again, the minutes can show it's unanimous.
can we also put in provisional that we give her permission to buy another 2 nets? Because
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
Yes.
yeah.
Or
If she-
any other things that we need. We might want more pennies. I don't know how many we have. I think we've got quite a few, but
what about
Yeah.
cones?
We've got
cones, we got
cones.
cones. Yeah.
We got cones. And I think we've got people, which is the most important part. So
Yeah.
so I'll
Wow.
make a list. I'm gonna make a list of a sign up list of everyone who comes so I can be in touch with them if there's rain or whatever. And then, we'll hopefully some other parents will volunteer to
Yeah.
help out more and stuff too.
Yeah, I bet they will once they get there. It's it's a really nice community thing to do.
Yep.
Get this going. So I really thank you, Sam, for
Yeah.
being the catalyst behind this.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. I think my kids are excited, which is great because they weren't excited about Amherst soccer
Yeah.
so much.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Anytime you
They're
can do something in Shutesbury with your kids and you don't have to drive into Amherst, it's a plus.
I think that's literally what everyone is excited about. Yeah, I think there might be some kids from Wendell coming too.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
Good. Cool.
Great.
I'll report back next time how it's going.
That sounds great. Thank you so much. Now we
Yeah.
get to September 28th, Good Neighbor Day. And Sam, I had you on the
Sure.
agenda to talk about this.
Yeah, so Good Neighbor Days this weekend. There's a couple people, I think Christine Robinson, she's not here, but she volunteered to set up. And then Marianne's still looking for volunteers to help with cleanup from about 7 to 7:30. If anyone's able to do that, shoot her an email. And then if any of you would be willing to bake baked goods, if you're coming and you could bring a baked good, I think that's what they need help with.
What's the
And
timing on it?
it's from 5 to 7 on Saturday.
And is it, there are food trucks there too, right?
There's gonna be a food truck, there's gonna be music. There's gonna be the fire trucks, highway department. I'm doing that craft, a marble run craft. BZ, you're still up to
Yeah.
helping me?
What time do you want me to come help you do that? What time?
I think 5 is fine. I'll get there a little
Okay.
early to set up, but 5 o'clock should be fine.
Okay. I mean, I have a bunch of cardboard and I could, maybe I'll come a little early and we could
Okay.
cut it.
I'm
So
gonna
it's,
try to get there at like 4:30.
okay, I'll do that. I'll
Okay.
help you.
And what else is going on? Yeah, I think I'll bring the soccer stuff and then I'll tell people about, that it's the next morning. I think that's about it.
Great.
Yeah.
Well,
Baked
thank you.
goods and volunteering to clean up.
Good. Well, thank you, Sam and BZ, for doing the craft thing and going. It's greatly appreciated.
Yep.
So we'll all just be celebrating and celebrating.
Yep.
So the next thing is ideas, and I know, Christine?
Just do vote on the minutes from last time before we.
Oh, gee whiz, thank you. I forget that all the time. Okay, so could someone move to accept the minutes from last time?
So moved.
And second?
Sure.
And all those in favor, raise your hand. And it's yay. We'll we'll say that it's unanimous unless Christine, you're like, I wouldn't accept these minutes, but hey, do what you want. Thank you very much. Oh, and thank you for the reminder. Okay, so ideas for 2025, we have the walks, we have the rocks, and birds again. People really enjoyed the birds. And I wondered if we could start with the Brightwater Bog walks. And BZ, were you able to get a hold of, is it Colleen?
Yes, Colleen is not committing this fall, but I'm pressuring her to do a winter, like snowshoeing winter walk.
Good.
So, she hasn't said no to that.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we can get her sometime in the winter. So, and that could be a really nice time to go there. I mean, right now there's no water, so it's not very boggy. I mean, it's still great. But it's not, it might be interesting to go in the winter too. So,
Yeah. Do we want to have one in the fall? In which case I'll get a hold of Graham and Helen Ann.
sure, you could ask them.
I'll just ask them.
think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Another person to ask would be Cliff Reed, because he was saying that that would be a really great place to combine birding and being out there walking.
at this time of year, or do you think in the spring?
Cliff birds every time of year.
He birds every time of year.
He's a
Okay,
birder.
would you be willing to get a hold of him for that and find a date that
Sure.
works? Then it would
Sure.
have to work for you, because I don't have a lot of weekend days. So,
So it would be, wow, you're talking this fall, because
yeah,
I'm not going to be here the whole month of October.
okay.
Where are you going?
We're going backpacking. Colorado.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
Well, maybe
Um, well, how about for this one, we can use Cliff at a later one. I get a
Okay.
hold of Graham and Helen Ann, and basically I'm just gonna be cherry picking dates that I'm able to make it.
Okay.
So like October 26th, November 9th, that's pretty much, that's it.
okay.
So I'll see. Okay, so I will do that.
Okay, let me know if no, I'll be back by November 9th. So
Oh, okay.
if
Yeah.
you can't get them, I'll talk to Cliff.
Okay.
And I
And
could help on the night too. I can't do I'm in Ireland in October, so.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I'm
Aren't
going
we
nowhere.
vagabonds?
I
Yeah.
know. Well, that's what you do when you're retired,
Exactly.
So I wanted to come back to the night sky. I know there was some conversation about this last time, and I was it really was just, there were too many moving parts. It was not working out well, as I guess was reported. The first night was actually great, even though there were some clouds. Everybody was really happy. People stayed for a long time. And then all of the rain dates and the next date were all very cloudy. And Tom is very, very generous about saying, if it's a nice night, just come over. He'll be out there, and he loves sharing it. Doing this at a community-wide event, if we do it again, I think it would have to be just one night and one rain date. The end. It was really, I was kind of managing most of that until I was going on my trip, at which point I couldn't do anything about the very last one. But I just think that not just for the night sky, but for any event, that we just do that. There's a date, and there may or may not be a rain date, and that's not even a requirement. And it sounded like from the minutes, or looked like from the minutes, that's what you were all talking about last time. Okay, great. Because the night sky events were really fantastic.
And we had
So,
attendance in those, right? There was good attendance. There was good
yeah,
attendance.
yeah. Very good attendance. It was also a nice one because people could just sit. So people who might not be mobile enough to take a walk could just get there, and people who would have a hard time walking there from the commons, there were places for people to park, and then chairs were set up. So it was perfect for everybody, for all ages, for all abilities. It was really quite a wonderful event. I was glad that we did it.
Nice.
So,
Great.
and I would recommend that we wait until next summer, because summer seems to be the,
Most
is it spring?
predictable.
Actually, I don't know. He was suggesting August, but we can play that by ear when we get into the spring. What specific date? Let's see. I brought up about the rocks. I'm really excited to have him come because he sounds so funny.
Who's this?
Al
What's the
Warner.
guy's name? What?
Al Warner.
Oh, Al Warner.
I mean,
He-
the idea of walking around and learning about rocks in Shutesbury from somebody who's really funny, just it's hard to,
From
you know.
somebody who's really funny and really knowledgeable and loves the topic. No
Oh,
matter where
fantastic.
you are with him, he loves to
Yeah.
talk about rocks.
We have a
Yeah.
date or a time period scheduled for that already?
I don't remember, do we? Had we said we were going to have that? I think he had said that there was a time of year that it would be better to do that in.
I'll check with him.
Okay, all right, so we can check. Let's see what I was going to. I was at an event the other night where somebody was hired to lead improv theater, and just exercises. It was an hour long. It was absolutely extraordinary. But I just think it might be fun to think about things that are indoors that are kind of different than what we've been doing. Maybe some kind of art projects, but also just things like that. Community sing. I don't know. But maybe thinking more generally about what are things that are fun to do when you get together with people. Yeah, Sam?
I have another idea. That's something we haven't done before. So I think I saw that a library was doing it. It was like a bike tune-up day, and they had hired a bike shop to come to town, and you bring your bike, and then basic maintenance gets done on it. So it's rideable. But I thought that could be really cool to look into, and it would be cool to pair at something like town meeting or an event that's already happening, instead of it just being an event on its own. But then people could bring their bikes, and then a mechanic would inflate the tires, grease the chain, tighten the brakes.
It could also include bike safety for kids and
Mm-hmm.
helmets and discussions about that. And
Yep.
do a little around the school with cones and stuff to teach
Yep.
them skills.
Yep. We could do a whole bike event. So my son's birthday is coming up. We're doing a bike birthday party and we're doing a mini version at our house. But I thought it could be like a big town thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it'd be a trash
bike
bag
rack.
pickup day.
Call
Ooh,
it a
that's a good.
That would be a
DC,
good
you
time.
cut off. Do it. You
bike-
cut out.
Call it a bike rally.
Mm-hmm.
You could do all
You
things
sound like good.
bikes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, just you could do all things related to bikes, not just
It-
fixing, but you could have a bicycle, obstacle race or course or.
You could
Uh,
also teach people how to change their own tire.
Oh,
That's
for
always
God's sake,
fun.
that's going too far.
I agree. You
what men are
call,
good
you get a
for.
ride.
That's what I'm not changing a tire.
Well, all things bike sounds like a spring activity.
Yeah.
Fairly early in the spring, April, you think?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. And then also, Sam, you had suggested doing the kite thing again because it was very easy and people really had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
And
in
that's
May.
also
Maybe
kind of
May.
a late spring kind of thing?
Let's do May. There was still snow on the ground last year.
There's International Kite Days the first weekend in May.
Oh, how
First
do you?
weekend in May.
Okay.
Love it.
Well, I
Wow.
used to do kites with the kids at school. So there's a Japanese festival. Oh, it's the first, like May Day kind of.
Mhm.
That's a big international thing.
Cool. Okay. I love it. So that's first week of May, you said?
Yes. I mean, that's when it is internationally, but
Right. Well,
May 1st. That would be great.
yeah.
That sounds.
I think our new committee name could be Fun and Easy.
As long as we get shirts.
Do we have to say I'm?
You could add
Dear.
be in parentheses.
I know Christine R. would love that idea.
Also, I wanted to bring up that some of you know Matteo Pangalo. I'm reading an email that I just got from him recently. He has founded a nonprofit community theater group in Western Mass, and it's called the Valley Players, aims to make nimble, meaningful, and accessible theater. As I put it in our press materials, theater made to move and theater made to matter and theater made together. And so they're doing they do improv, having people come and sit. They've sat at the White Lion before and done readings and just read a play together. You take that part, you take that part, and just read through a play. That might be a nice winter activity.
I love that idea, Elaine. That's awesome. Does he live in town?
Yeah, he's right down at the bottom of the hill past Harry's.
Oh,
The
okay.
yellow, what was Ayers previous house.
Okay.
Yeah, he and his wife and 2 kids and really active.
I think that's really fun. I love that idea.
I'll
That
talk
is a
to him
good
about
idea.
what he might consider doing in town.
Good.
You do that at the
Wonderful.
AC in the winter, right?
Yeah, that would be great.
Mm. Okay. So I will put, they'll be in the minutes. What I'll also do is I'm going to put together a table. I think that I've done that once before, just list some of the activities and the time of year that we would want to do them so that we can be tracking. Because one thing that I had to think about this with whatever we're going to be doing over October, any vote that has to occur before the end of October. So we'll put this together. So if there's things that we need to be talking about as a committee before actually having an event, we can have the timing down for that. If that made sense. So under other, Joan Green wrote to ask if we would support open studios again. And I said I would bring this up. What we did last year was we provided $100 for marketing expenses, and that we can do because that's not going to the artists. That's going to the organizing group that's just letting people know that this is going on. What we cannot do is reimburse the artists for any food that they purchase because they are making a profit off of the sale of their art. So, any discussion about offering them money towards their marketing again?
I know that Nate Longcope is gonna be in charge of it this year, not Joan Green. So
Oh, okay, okay.
he's
Well, she
offered,
wrote, sorry,
yeah, she's passing the baton on to him.
okay. Yeah, that was not clear from her email. It sounded like I thought they were gonna do it together, but will get a hold of Nate and copy her.
Maybe she's gonna help him get it going, but I think he's, which is nice to have a young person, doing it. I mean, Joan is in her 80s and, so it was a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy that there's some young artists in town that want to do it. That's good.
I think it's a great idea. I hope to be here this year.
It was amazing. The energy in the studios was amazing. Absolutely wonderful. So I move that we give the let's see, what exact is it called? It's Open Studios. BZ, do you remember the actual title of?
It was just Shutesbury Open Studios, I
Okay,
think.
Shutesbury.
Yeah.
Okay, so I move that we offer $100 to Shutesbury Open Studios for their marketing, towards their marketing expenses.
I'll second that.
Yeah.
Okay, and all those in favor? Okie dokie. That's it. Sam, have I forgotten anything?
What's happening with field day? Anything?
No, we're not gonna do field day. Yeah, oh, Sam, you talked to him, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Mr. Kara didn't have a lot of availability this year, so we just decided to support Good Neighbor Day instead.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, just something for us to reflect on. Sam and I talked a little bit about this, is that we're really, that event is dependent on one person.
Yep.
If he can't do it, it's not gonna happen. And so piggybacking, and so there's not an argument not to do it because it's a lot of fun. It's an easy one for us. The kids really enjoy it, but there are also other opportunities for kids to, like at the Good Neighbor Day.
Oh,
To,
but yeah, it's so dependent on his energy and his personality and everything. So
yeah,
that would be tough to do without him.
yeah.
Are we giving any money to the birthday party?
Yes, I think you all voted last time to give them $100.
And what's
I
that?
Hmm?
What's that going towards? Like, what are they using that for?
Well, she's gonna send me her bill, so it'll go towards some food. I know they're doing some signage. So she's just gonna submit the receipts.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Mhm.
Who's
And
that,
that's a
Susie?
thing, I think, right? Isn't that,
Pardon?
that is going to be an annual thing. I think they want to make that an annual
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and is the Good Neighbor Day going to be an annual thing as well?
I think so.
I really think we should
No,
try
that one.
them myself next year. I think it, have
Yeah.
them 2 weekends in a row back to back. I just don't, it just would be better to have it be a really good turnout in one day. And, that's just my
Mhm.
opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we can certainly recommend it. These aren't our events, so.
No. But they do ask us for support. So we do,
Right. Mhm.
we can say,
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't know. I just think our town's pretty little. There are only 1,800 people that live here. So you divide
No,
up, you know.
I agree. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nobody's come asking for money from Good Neighbor Day, so I don't know that we need to offer it. I didn't receive anything about being a sponsor or anything. Last year, we were a sponsor by basically me offering my labor for the townwide birthday party. And my labor is not for sale this year, so, and I think they probably are more appreciative of having the $100 towards expenses. Because it's coming from that group, the Laughing Old Ladies. are the
Right.
ones who are doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else? Any other agenda items? Okay. Well, I love the idea of fun and easy. I don't think I want to write I am fun and easy. I always think those things are really funny. Like I once got a triathlete shirt and then it said I like threesomes. And I thought it was so funny when I was at the triathlon and I'm buying the shirt and then I get it home and I'm like, I'm not wearing that shirt.
It should have had a bike and a runner and a swimmer on it.
Right, yeah, so, but I like the fun and easy with, I'm gonna look into that. Okay, well, does somebody move to adjourn the meeting? And a second? All right, and all those in favor? And everybody's hand went shooting up really fast. Okay, I'm gonna hit the